guitar lesson. It's Catfish Blues by the Great Mighty Waters, and we're tuned to open G. There's your A string tuned down to a G, your D string normal to D, and your G string normal to G. You're going to be playing lots of drone strings on this, which means you're playing a melody, certain note sequences, but you also have other strings ringing out during that process. So I'm using my first finger on the first string, 7th fret, and I'm walking down to the 5th fret, and then I'm walking down to the 3rd fret. You can also use your 3rd finger and your 1st. I've got my 2nd finger on the 1st string, my 1st finger on the 2nd, and my thumb on the 3rd. That gives you a nice fat sound. You're playing the chord and the melody at the same time. One more time. The last part is 1st finger on 1, 3, and then all 3 open. And I'm choking with my picking hand. So you make everything kind of choppy. You can also choke with your fretting hand if you like. You can choke with both at the same time for extra insurance. And I'm doing a real quick up, down. And that's simply all 3 strings open, and then your 1st finger on 1, 3, and all 3 open again. It's a lot easier than it looks. So I've got my thumb on the 3rd string, my 1st finger on the 2nd, and my 2nd finger on the 1st. That little is simply a up-down strum, and then you choke it. All that is all the middle string. At first it looks kind of disjointed and kind of gobbledygooky, but it's really not. So I'm going to sing on top of this, and it'll make a lot more sense. I wish I was a catfish swimming in the deep blue sea. I would have all these good women swimming after me. Lord, swimming after me. That's the whole thing. We're going to repeat it. So that's the whole song. I did 2 passes of the entire song. So the whole thing from the top. Well, I wish I was a catfish swimming in the deep blue sea. I would have all these good-looking women swimming after me. Lord, swimming after me. So that's the verse, and the in-between verse basically has no singing, so it's the same riff. these good-looking women swimming after me. Lord, swimming after me. Now we do that whole thing without singing, exactly the same way. So basically it's a verse with the guitar part, and then it's a verse without singing. The same guitar part over and over and over. It is tricky, and there's some pretty cool syncopation to it. So let's go over that one more time from the top. I've got my first finger on the second string, my thumb on the third, and my second finger on the first. I'm just plucking all three, but I'm only fretting that first. That's the whole song. What you want to do is keep that beat the same all the way through. Now you can also play this on slide if you like. Last lick is a little tricky with the slide. I'm using that first string, second string, third string. If you look at my fingers, you can see how I do it without the slide. So make sure you don't speed this song up. You got to keep that loping beat going. About like that. Put a lot of soul into it. Start out with your fingers and then move to slide. I think that will help a lot. Have fun with that. Check out my website, jagshouse.com. Cigar box guitars just like this one since 2004. If you are enjoying these lessons, please subscribe, and we'll see you next time.